Hi there, it's me, Kate tutoring to you in English. I'm a linguist, founder of Lingua and Lingua Plus. And today I'd like to touch upon a very fascinating topic, code switching. Why we mix languages. Mm, if you're bilingual or multilingual, have you ever found yourself in a situation where you would be mixing languages in one sentence, or perhaps in one context? Mm, have you ever noticed that you were starting your story in one language and then switching to another language without realizing it? Or maybe switching subtitles, languages, a TV series and saying, oh, I haven't noticed this, as I'm watching it like in French. Perhaps happened. Um, it's quite common. And you may be confused, but you don't have to be, afraid of it. It's very common among bilingual, multilingual speakers. It happens to me from time to time. And the thing is, we need to know that psychologically it's okay. It's like our brain processes languages, multiple languages simultaneously, right? And we kind of like surfing on this cognitive flexibility, right? It's our bilingual, multilingual brain switches between languages or like the systems of languages efficiently, right? So there's always this efficiency in place behind all the switches. Also, there are certain social and emotional factors here. Maybe you've noticed that you may switch language based on context, based on your mood, or the person who you're talking to happened as well. How we connect a certain language here to a certain person. You need to have a look if you still haven't looked at, code switching. You need to have a look at different types. There's one where you switch between languages at sentence boundaries. It's called intersentential, meaning that you would say like, I'm hungry, or comer, right? So like two sentences into languages. There's also one within a sentence, intrasentential, where you say like, I was walking por la calle when I saw her. Yeah, maybe like you can recognize yourself here, like some of your friends. It's all right. And there's also interesting one that's called text switching. It's about the short phrases, especially the ones with emotional connotation, like you know what I mean, ¿verdad? And I think it's quite peculiar to observe yourself and others, bilingual, multilingual speakers, and ask yourself why you switch. Yeah. So what happens there? One of the reasons, of course, it's about expressing yourself. Maybe in specific situations, it feels more natural to switch your languages. Maybe it's easier for you to express your emotions there. And I've talked a lot about emotions across languages. Maybe you're trying yet to emphasize a point. And when you're doing that, you feel that certain words and phrases from one of the languages don't feel strong enough. So you want to revert to another language because you feel that there you can really make your point. Or maybe it's a lexical gap. You're forgetting words, or maybe you don't know words in the language you're speaking, and then you're kind of borrowing those words from your second or third language. I always say, not so good. And then, of course, it's cultural connotation, meaning that you're talking about specific sociocultural context, or maybe an event, something connected with heritage, and you feel it more natural yet to express it in language. And of course, here you need here to see when I was saying about like talking as well, like to people, specific language, maybe to your mom, you speak in Spanish, to your dad, you speak in French or in Japanese, whichever language, maybe to your like life partner, you speak in German, or maybe to your friends, specific friends, you speak like in Portuguese and in Spanish, but you never switch to English even though they speak it. you need to see what's happening there, the dynamics, right? So how psychologically you're connecting all of them. And what happens also in the mood. Like that's been quite fascinating for me because I've noticed that across my languages, so-called emotional home feels different. Like in some languages, based on context, emotional home be more neutral. Somewhere there would be some sort of sadness, somewhere there would be more joy. I'm wondering what happens to you. If you feel sadness, would you continue speaking in the language of, let's say, sadness, or you would try to switch to a language of joy? It's really peculiar. And then, of course, when we talk about all this code switching, especially if it's not just you in your adult life, but also your children, first of all, you don't have to be worried about it because there are so many benefits, yeah, of code switching, like bilingual brain, right? So we're talking about this amazing mental agility, right? There's strong cognitive controls that you won't find like monolingual brains. There's so many studies about enhanced creativity and problem-solving skills, which is amazing, right? And of course, it's about the fluency, right? So it's maintaining the fluency, avoiding attrition, because especially if with children, if you prioritize one language over the other one or other languages, then child psychologically starts choosing that one language in all other contexts. That's not good, yeah, for other languages because we need to maintain, right? We need to create memories there, associations, find new contexts to use them. Of course, if this code switching happens, especially there is this lexical gap that I said, like, I don't like it. It's a challenge because this can lead to this so-called like interference, right? Like forgetting words in one of the languages. No good, right? Or it could be kind of considered improper by monolingual speakers because they won't understand you, your child. And then, yeah, of course, it could be, it could be the reason like for many misunderstandings. But how then to avoid this situation of confusion, especially with lexical gaps? Um, I dedicated a lot of time years ago while I was actively learning first multiple languages, um, in order to avoid, yes, so Españolino, Portuñol, Francoñol, and so on. The thing is, or Spanglish, right? The thing is, what I was doing, I was focusing specifically on one language, culturally, linguistically immersing myself in that language and avoiding the rest of them. Just for a few weeks or for a few months at best. And then coming back to normal, coming back to normality, like speaking multiple languages. Why I was doing it? Because I was creating those psychological and social boundaries. This is my life in that specific language and culture. Those are the memories, those are the experiences that I'm creating in that specific language and culture. No other languages involved. This is very powerful. Like for me, like it helped a lot because it created my own world in that specific language. And you can try the same for yourself and for your child. Maybe there is a summer camp, or maybe you can go, on, say, immersive trip where you create memories and you speak only in that language, and then see what happens when you code switch, because maybe you will start doing it in a more coherent way. Maybe right now it's chaotic and you need a bit of discipline. It's all right. But the thing is, remember that code switching is fine. It's great. It's great for the brain. It's fun. But if you feel that it's getting out of control, then you know what to do in order to put some boundaries on it. Well, I hope you like this video. Subscribe to the channel, share your stories, comment, and suggest ideas for the videos we'll be reading and acting upon it. And that's it for today. I'm Kate, and I'll see you in the next videos. Bye.